Alright, so guys are having a great day so far and a great weekend. I just want to start off today's video with a little bit of motivation. I just want you guys to keep in mind it is impossible to lose if you do not quit. And the best thing you could possibly do in trading and anything in life is just focus on being 1% better every single day. And I just want to remind you that if you take that kind of mentality into trading or into life, 1% over, let's just say trading, you have 252 trading days a year, 1% a day would be 252%. So just keep in mind, even though 1% a day may not seem like much of anything, compounding wins on top of wins is what you need to do in life and in trading. Focus on the process of each trade, and trust me, your profits will be unlimited. So with that being said, in today's video, if you guys appreciate this kind of content, please like, subscribe, comment. Always appreciated. I got a free Discord in the comment section. But in today's video, we're going to be going over some of the high probability steps I'm going to be watching for next week and the major indexes and where we're trading at. So let's get into it. So we're going to start with the Magnificent Seven first, the major market movers. So as you guys know, I got a position in Apple. I got them at 188. I doubled my position around 191.65. Stop loss is set to break even at 188.60. My main target is to target 198. I might even go for 196 instead, just to be conservative. But I think I'm going to target 198 to get that 2R trade. Not the most profitable trade. 2R is not bad, but it depends on what price action shows me and what volume shows me at that 198 level. So for next week, I'd watch 187 to 198 on Apple. Microsoft, we're looking very good. We retested the breakout level at 384.30 this week. I bought Microsoft at 388. I doubled my position. I forget what price I doubled my position at, but I know I doubled them at some point. But my stop loss is set at 388 as of now. So if it comes back down to 388, I'll be out of it. NVIDIA, I got NVIDIA at 520. On the daily break, it's just beautiful setup. NVIDIA's just been ripping. What I'm going to be watching for next week is 600, 625. If we start to consolidate, I'll watch 576. But once, if I have enough confirmation of more upside, I'm just going to continue to hold it until it breaks trend. And I'm going to be using the 5 EMA to determine that. As you can see, it's been in general respecting it. This is my stop loss right now. So as of now, let's just say hypothetically it was Monday. It closes below 570. I'm out of it. But ideally, what I would like to see is some consolidation. I love when it rips to the upside, but some healthy consolidation would be nice. On top of that, allow some room for this, my EMA, my trailing stop to catch up. So that way I don't lose, I don't give up too much gains. And then on Meta, let's see how we're looking on Meta. So we're coming up to a major level. We said all-time high, didn't close above that 384.33 level, but we're coming close. Meta definitely has the possibility of really pushing. It's been an absolute rocket lately. Personally, so on the weekly, it seems a bit extended to me. On the daily, it's not as bad. I'm sure if I had the 21 up, I'm sure the 21 wouldn't show that it's as extended. We are kind of breaking out of the base. So what I watch on Meta on Monday is we either push above 384.33 and push to 390, or that we come back down, fill the gap, and then push up. But I think with all the other, with the indexes making all-time highs, and I think with other major market holders such as Apple, Microsoft making all-time high, I think that Meta is going to start to catch up to that, and the price action proves the point. Tesla has been really getting killed lately. A major level I've been discussing in my videos was this 210 area, I believe it was. Yeah, roughly 210. So it's between, let's see, what's the range? 205 to 210. I would definitely watch for institutions to step in here. On the daily, we got a buy-side candle, but the volume is somewhat average, so I'm not convinced. On the weekly, kind of the same thing. Personally, what I think is going to happen is I don't like how you're retesting that EMA and then rejecting it, the 200 SMA. I would not be surprised if you get a push down to the 200 EMA, maybe test 194, then push up is what I think might be a possibility. I mean, you could make an argument that it's a bull flag right here, but it's not the best bull flag. It's very rough, so it's not something I'm really considering, but just an idea. But I would watch for Tesla to push down to 194 possibly. Depending on the weekly close, I might get above on some of my other accounts, but I'm 100% invested at the moment. Google, Google, I believe closed strong. Yeah, and they did. It closed very strong this week. Very, very nice. So what I would watch on Google is I'd watch a push to 150 and 151, 55, and maybe to all-time highs this week. Google is looking very strong. I like it. Personally, I didn't feel as confident in Google as I did in Microsoft, Apple, and Nvidia. So I stuck with those for my Mag 7 holders. And keep in mind, I watch over 200 stocks, and it just happened to be those set up the best out of all the stocks. Then we got Amazon. So Amazon, it's a mixed picture at the moment. I think that if you can get above 157.33, you could push to 164 and maybe to all-time highs. But until you get above that 157.33-ish level, so we'll call that 157, I'm expecting that you're going to stay consolidated, maybe form a base and then do an explosive move up, kind of like how NVIDIA, kind of how Apple's kind of building a base-ish. It's a little rough. And then like Microsoft as well. SPX, beautiful price action there. We broke the supply zone. Nice, strongly weekly close above there. Consolidated for a little bit, but that was really nice to see because that formed up a nice base for the next leg up. So I'd watch 4,900 this week and 4,800. So those are the levels I'm currently watching. We'll mark them out right now. So I think 4,900, you're definitely going to see some resistance there. And then I'd watch 4,800. I think that until you get out of this range, then it's probably going to consolidate, which will be very nice. But if we get above 4,900, obviously watch 5,000. If we hit 5,000, that would be huge. That would be an amazing thing to see. Amazon, I already went over. NASDAQ, we're still within the supply zone on NASDAQ. I believe I drew this on the monthly way back. Yeah, so until you can clear 16.2, I'd be a little careful on the NASDAQ personally. But it's looking very good. Broke out its bull flag, pushing upwards. We kind of consolidated for a couple of days here. And overall, not bad. But you're definitely breaking up to the upside. So I'll just keep that in mind. You're still within a supply zone on the NASDAQ, so you have a little bit more room before we can push all-time highs there. And then I'm just going to go over some of the stocks that I'm looking at. We'll go over. So one stock that I'm looking at is CVS. As you can see, over the last, let's see, about 20 years-ish, CVS has not broken their 200 SMA once. So it's coming back down to the 200 SMA on the monthly time frame. I'm looking in this demand zone right here for a possible big move up. My idea is I want to try to get in at 67.51. I'll set my stop maybe for 10%. If we push down to here, ideally I would like to set it for 5. But considering that's on the monthly time frame, it might be a little bit more difficult to do that. But it's also towards the end of the month, so it makes the risk reward even better. But I'd watch for a move back to 79, so a 21% gain for a 5% risk is kind of like what I'm looking at right now. But you still have some more room for that trade to develop on CVS. But just an idea. It's a trade that I'm watching. And as you guys know, I got that deck position on the monthly. It's been a rocket. Let's go over to the weekly. So as you can see on the weekly, we formed up a base, or I wouldn't really call that a base. I would just say a pullback. Pushed upward, got a nice breakout. I bought at 725. We're trading at 750. I doubled my position at 744. So overall, not looking too bad on deck. And then I'm just going to go over my other stock list. So Pepsi is a trade that I've been watching. If you guys saw in my previous videos, I'm watching for this trend right here. If we go to the monthly, in general, it's respected this long-term trend here, kind of following the 100 EMA, and then we have this intermediate trend here that it seems to be respecting as well. So I'll definitely be watching this trend line here. So if we come back down to, and it looks like it wants to create kind of like a double bottom pattern. I'd watch the 200 EMA and the SMA. If we hit down to like 162, you put your stop for like 5%, but you really exit the trade once it breaks the trend line down on the weekly. I think that you have a nice chance of possibly getting a nice upside move, maybe back to all-time highs. But it just seems like a very high probability setup given that the pattern in these trends have been going for the last few years. John Deere consolidating, kind of like the same story as NVIDIA, except NVIDIA didn't consolidate for as long as John Deere did. But until you break 450, I wouldn't get bullish. And until you break down 283, I wouldn't get bearish either. Eli Lilly is not looking too bad as well. Or Eli, whatever you want to call it. LLY is not looking half bad. Retest of the breakout, maybe even get a push upwards. But that's another high probability setup I was watching. But I just believe that NVIDIA, Microsoft, Apple, DEC provided better opportunities. Let's see, what were the others? It's kind of the same thing with Pepsi. AJR is another one. AJG is another one I've been watching. If we can get above 254, I might be interested. Ideally, I was looking for a pullback to this trend line, get into it like right around here, set my stop for like 5% and try to target the 254. Didn't quite get that yet, but we could start pushing downwards again. But as always, you gotta just be very patient. Let's see, was there any other setups I was watching? Let me see here. I believe, Cadence was another one. So Cadence broke out. As you guys see here, that it formed a nice base, heavy volume on the breakout. I was already fully invested at the moment, so I couldn't take advantage of this. I was thinking about buying it right here because we broke above there. Not ideally the heaviest volume I would like to see, but still, if you start off with a small position and then scale in like I do, it would have worked out beautifully. It is what it is. I'm not too worried. I got positions I'm happy with. The risk reward is great in my positions, but this is another stock that I would definitely be eyeing for next week. I'm curious to see where this ends up trading in the next couple of days, but that's what I'm going to be watching this week, guys, and good luck out there.